Complementary and Alternative Medicine. Joe Fink, Matthew Roca, Abby Smith, Christina Lucero, and Santos Torres.
The context for learning, we are teaching at San Isidro High School, 9th grade students. It's a school in the city. The majority are long-term and short-term English language learners. Many students have IEPs. Many IEP students have processing disabilities as well. The classes are 2 hours in length. The resources we have at our disposal, our students have access to laptops, Google Drive, Google Classroom, Translator, DocuCamera, and Remind 101 app.
The prompt is to write an expository essay exploring the risks or benefits of culturally diverse backgrounds being represented in the healthcare system. Be sure to define cultural competency as it pertains to medicine. Give specific examples from the text to support your claims.
The rubric we have is pretty standard. Elaboration of evidence, language and vocab, and conventions, all on a 0 to 4 scale.
Okay, and we have 3 texts. The first is a novel, The Spirit Catches You and You Fall Down by Anne Federman. We also have an article, The Deep Magic of Mexico by Ana Arana. And we also have a YouTube video on complementary and alternative medicine to build background knowledge.
We have a trio of standards, one for collaboration and speaking, textual evidence in the writing, and the one for the informative explanatory. Define the concept of cultural competence in medicine, interpret a cross-cultural medical encounter from the viewpoints of both sides, and compare perspectives and contribute to the current discussion of refugee and immigrant healthcare issues.
So lesson plans as adapted to Gallagher, day 1. For day 1, hour 1, we would begin by introducing students to background knowledge and vocabulary regarding CAM. We would discuss how the mainstream chemotherapy is not the only thing that students would need to know for this, but also alternative medications such as CCM, probiotics, other natural elements that they might be studying in the project.
To engage students, we'll do a BAFA activity. This is a cross-cultural simulation activity. So there'll be 2 different groups. They'll be giving different separate sets of cultural rules and roles to play. Then they'll have to figure out ways to communicate and problem solve using their different cultural norms. After this, they'll do a silent journal entry. From here, they're going to reflect on the challenges and frustrations that they face during this activity. They'll complete a pair share, which will lead to a class discussion. After that, there will be an anticipatory guide to help students build background knowledge. And with this, they'll begin thinking about the big ideas, and they'll address this before and after the reading. Day 1, hour 2, will be the first read. They're going to read The Spirit Catches You and You Fall Down. Students will be provided a focused question, and they will complete a first read independently. After the reading, the teacher will present the prompt to the students. After this, they will also be presented with fix-it strategies to assist in their reading comprehension so students know what to do when they become confused. With this, they'll have sentence starters to help aid them in their second read. For their second read, they will do in a small group. And in this small group, they will complete a say-mean chart to move beyond surface level meaning, and this will be their exit slip. Day 2, hour 1, the class will begin with a daily focus question in their silent journal. One will be a text-dependent question, and the other one will be a text-independent question. This could be about a word or a certain theme that they learned from the prior lesson. After students are done writing, they will complete a pair share, followed by watching a CAM video to build more background knowledge for students. During the video, they'll complete Cornell notes, followed by a class discussion. Finally, they will come to the third reading. Students will read a chunk from the text, and during this reading, they will participate in a reciprocal teaching activity. So students will have different focus roles during the reading. Day 2, hour 2, there will be a student-led discussion or Socratic seminar. Sentence frames will be provided for students to help them in their academic language. Students not participating in the inner circle will participate using a website called Today's Meet. This is a tech tool to ensure that every student gets to participate and make a comment, which can be read on the document camera in real time. After the student-led discussion, the teacher will go over the prompt once more to review tomorrow's in-class writing. They will begin with the ABC approach. This will include a do-what chart to help students attack the prompt. They will break it down to understand what is the purpose and just to help them better understand the prompt. They will also be given a graphic organizer to help them brainstorm for ideas for their essay tomorrow, and this will be their exit slip. Day 3. Students will begin with a silent journal entry, and this will be followed by a pair share. Next, students will read a model essay to help them understand what is expected from them. Followed by this, there will be the ABC approach. Students will choose the order of the response, so they'll revisit their brainstorming notes they did the date before and chart the course of their timed writing assignment. Next, they will complete the in-class timed writing assignment of their expository essay, followed by the end of the ABC approach to detect errors before turning in the draft.
Moving on to Vinton's approach, the first thing is that a student's reading level will dictate whether they either read the article, The Deep Magic of Mexico, or the excerpt from The Spirit Catches You and You Fall. Lower level students will read the article with the teacher for guidance. So on the first day, they will read part 1. Part of Vinton is slowing down the reading, so we've broken it up into 2 sections. Students not working with the teacher will have stopping points written into their reading, where they will pause and discuss with the members of their group. Those working with the teacher will pause and have the students discuss what they have read. And the reading is going to be broken out into both read aloud as well as shared reading. So during that shared reading, the teacher can bounce back and forth between the 2 groups to make sure that everyone is on track. After reading the first time, there's going to be a reflection where they write what they understood from the text using evidence from the text. And then they will also write some predictions. From then, they will move on to group discussions, where they will read each of their reflections and discuss the reflections with the members of the group, whether they agree or disagree with the evidence in the text. From then, they will review their reflection, so they will rewrite what they thought, because as Vinton states, sometimes we give students the ability to get a notion of what they first read, but we never get them to edit after new information has been presented. From then, they're going to move on to pair shares, where they and one other student will talk about their original reflection as well as a secondary reflection. Then they're going to do the BAFA activity, which was explained earlier in the presentation. And from that reflection, from that activity, they are going to jump into another reflection about the BAFA activity. All right, on day 2, they're going to read the second part, again, slowing down that reading with both read alouds and shared reading. They're going to do an individual reflection on the reading, providing evidence, and they're going to get into partner discussion, hopefully with the same partner that they did the last pair share with on the previous day. Then they're going to move to a video on the CAM, so that they can learn more information about the different kinds of CAM that is out there. And then from then, they're going to jump into the cultural diversity bingo, where students will explore the different cultures in the room following a set bingo card. Then after that, they're going to write a reflection on both the video and the bingo activity. And they're going to transition into their discussion prep, where they will prepare for their student-led discussion by finding evidence and also prepping questions that they still have. And then on the final day, day 3, for that hour, they are going to finish prepping their evidence and questions. Then they're going to have a student-led discussion, which is just an adapted version of the Socratic seminar, student-oriented, student-run, but the teacher will have some backup questions just to make sure that the discussion is headed in the direction that it needs to. And the teacher is also going to be there to make sure that students are always going back to the text. After they're finished, they're just going to write a low-stake writing assignment as an exit ticket on whether it's beneficial for a person's culture to be taken into account when they need to see a doctor.